Today on Jack's Tracks, we look at my top 10 records with great artwork. Stay tuned.
Album reviews, record hauls, and vinyl crates again at Jack's Tracks Records.
Hello and welcome to Jack's Tracks. Today, like you saw in that intro, we are talking about 10 great records with great artwork. This was an idea that came to me while I was looking through my records, and I really paid attention to the album covers. I had never really paid attention to them much before until that one flip, and I thought, man, a lot of these have a lot of thought that have gone into them between kind of the inside, not jokes, but kind of the inside things that are in the songs and the lyrics, and then put on the cover. You will see some things in here that are quite simple, but for that fact, it's so big that it's so simple, and it plays a huge part in the album, I think, looking at the cover, and that is one of the reasons a lot of us love records, is because of the artwork that is on the records. I know people, some of my friends, that get some records just to frame them on their wall. I mean, artwork on records definitely has a huge part of the vinyl resurgence, as they call it, and yeah, I thought I should make a video dedicated to them. So here are my favorite 10 album cover jackets. Alright, coming in at number 10, we have one of my favorite bands that was featured in the top 15 favorite bands video. I'll leave the link in the description below if you haven't checked that out. Please do. Yeah, this is Presence by Led Zeppelin. Essentially, this is one of the ones that I was talking about, that it is quite simple, but for that fact, it is really big, and it's really, really cool. Essentially, on all of the even the gatefold, on all of the pictures, and the gatefold and the cover and the back, is this airbrushed mysterious object called The Object. And they actually, the record label, released 1,000 of them as promotional items, and I actually saw it on Pawn Stars. So that was really cool. Yeah, it is a really, really great record, but the artwork on it is very cool with this kind of mysterious thing on it called The Object. You can see here there's this golf, a doctor, swimming pool. So it's really, really cool how they incorporated this in the pictures, and it's very mysterious. So for that factor, I absolutely love this record, and especially the record artwork. Coming in at number 9, again, this is also very simple. A lot of these get more complex after this, but this is probably the most simple one on the list, and I think you would agree. It is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. This album looks so cool, and especially with the whole prism thing on the gatefold. Oop, I don't want to drop that sleeve. So that is definitely really cool. And yeah, it's so simple, but it's absolutely iconic, and for that reason, I put it on this list. Just by seeing, not many records, you can just see the cover and know exactly what it is in less than a second. With Dark Side of the Moon, I think you can see the record and tell quicker what album and what songs are on this than if you actually listen to the music itself. It is a very distinct sound to the music, but I think the album artwork is even more iconic than the music itself. So for that reason, I put it on this list. So yeah, coming in at number 9, we have The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. Alright, going from the most simple to the most complex, it's probably most complex. We have Kansas. You guys know, if you watch my underrated records video, I cannot pronounce this title. Leftover Chur. I don't know. But I really love the artwork of this. It's kind of an old man, kind of miserable, writing music out. Looks like sheet music for piano. I think it's a really cool cover to look at. And definitely is like museum-worthy art. You can just look at it for like hours. Every single detail that was put into here, you can appreciate. I mean, the guitar in the background and the melting candle on the books and everything about this is so cool. So I had to include it on this list. So coming in at number 8, we have Kansas. Leftover chur. I don't know. All right, coming in at number 7, we have Magdeth's Rust in Peace. Now, I'm pronouncing that wrong. So I think it's Megadeth. I think. Not sure. Scott corrected me in the comments of my last video when I opened this. This was a gift from me, to me from Scott. Thank you so much again. Really appreciate it. Definitely not needed, but I really appreciate it. Has really, really good artwork. It's like 80s hair metal, heavy metal. But it is really, really cool artwork. It's like any of these kind of metal bands usually has really great artwork. Iron Maiden, Megadeth, really all great artwork with like these like skulls and skeletons, and they all have really, really great animated and cartoon artwork. So coming in at number, what are we at? Oh god, 7, we have Megadeth's Rust in Peace. All right, coming in at number 6, we have one of my all-time favorite records, Jethro Tull's Aqualung. This is really, really cool. I probably should get a better copy. Mine is like completely torn up, but this is a really, really awesome album. It has this like kind of character on the front, which they talk about, I believe, in Aqualung, the sitting on the park bench, that kind of thing. And this guy is the kind of spire or stalker. But what I really liked about this was the gatefold. Really, really, really nice artwork on there. Really, really nice. So yeah, I absolutely love this album, and the artwork is really great as well. Kind of creepy, very creepy, and kind of really, really scary. This could definitely give you nightmares if it was like a film or something. But really, really great album artwork, so I had to include it on this list. So coming in at number 6, we have Jethro Tull's Aqualung. All right, we're getting into the top 5. My favorite all-time band, as you all know, is Rush, and all of their record covers are absolutely fantastic. So this is kind of a combination of all of them together. It is Rush, Exit Stage Left. What I think is really cool about this is if you followed their music, you would know exactly all of the characters on this album cover. I'll go through it, although most of you watching this probably know. I believe this is the Permanent Waves girl that is on the pile of like junk from Permanent Waves. I believe this is one of the guys from Moving Pictures. I don't know. We have an owl from Fly By Night, and on the back we have the naked guy from Hemispheres, and the 2 people dressed in red carrying a picture, and I believe that is from Moving Pictures. So yeah, this is a really, really cool like combination album artwork. I don't know what's in the gatefold. I probably should. I'm guessing it's pictures. Let's see. Yeah. So like copyright stuff. That's a waste of a gatefold. Am I right? That's boring. But we got some more pictures over there, and I believe there's also. Oh, I thought there was some sort of poster, but that must have been in my imagination. But I really like this because if you followed Rush and their music and their albums and you bought them, you would know exactly each character on this record. So I think that's really cool. So coming in at number 5, I couldn't think of anything better than Rush, Exit Stage Left. All right, coming in at number 4, this isn't really an album, it's a compilation, but it's one artist. It is Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. This is my only Alice Cooper. Actually, that's not true. I just bought one. I have this and School's Out. But this is one of the greatest artworks on the record, I think. It's really, really cool. It's kind of this brown and white. It's not even black and white. It's more like brown and white. You can see Alice and his band right here. And these like old-timey town. You see the Coca-Cola sign up there. In the garage with the old-time cars. So I think that is really cool. And they look really cool on here with his little banjo. But yeah, Alice Cooper is absolutely fantastic, and I really love this album artwork. So coming in at number 4, we have Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. Coming in at number 3, we have my second favorite band, but it's coming in at number 3, so I got a little confused there. Cheap Trick's Dream Police. I am absolutely in love with this album. Not my favorite Cheap Trick record. My favorite is Budokan, which is on my top 15 favorite albums. But definitely my second favorite. This is absolutely great. The police line up there on the gatefold is absolutely amazing. The front cover is great with them all dressed in the police suits. There's so much work that went into this. Can't even imagine how long it took to get just. I bet you there's like 100 other alternative album covers than this one, because they must have shot so many cool photos. I would love to see that. If any of you know if you can see any of the other photos that weren't featured on the album, please tell me in the comments. I would love to see those photos, because I'm sure they're there somewhere. Yeah, we have the whole band on the back of the cover, Robin kind of laying dead there. But yeah, this is the really cool record, and definitely a cool album cover. So, coming in at number 3 on my top 10 favorite album artwork is, if I can get it back in its sleeve, Cheap Trick's Dream Police. Coming in at number 2, this was also gifted to me by Scott, so thank you so much, Green Day's Dookie. I love Green Day, love Dookie, but the album cover is amazing. Not so much, there's no gatefold, but not so much the back. The back is really generic, but the front is amazing. You could sit and read it like a book for like an hour, just reading all like the comic books. Like there's a monkey holding looks like dog crap, and it's about there's a question little thing up there, throw question mark. So it is really funny to just sit and look at the artwork. I can't imagine how long this took to put together, but it's really, really awesome. I love to read all the little like subtitles, and it is just the coolest thing. So coming in at number 2, we have Green Day's Dookie. All right, coming in at number 1, we have, all right, I want to see if you can guess first. It is a Beatles album. So I was originally going to choose Abbey Road or Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Yes, Sgt. Pepper. This is one of the coolest photos of all time, I think. It is so cool. I mean, we have the band here in this like weird like military outfit that is very colorful, with these orchestra instruments and all these iconic figures above them. I see like Edgar Allan Poe. I'm from Maryland, so that's really cool to see. We have Bob Dylan, these like alternate Beatles, which is pretty cool. I don't even know if I think that's alternate Beatles. We have like a hidden Albert Einstein here. Yeah, it's really, really, really cool. And I can just look at it for like an hour, just looking at all of the faces and the iconic figures above them, and looking at all the detail that was put into this, because it is really, really cool. And the gatefold is just the band. But even that's cool. I mean, just seeing their patches on their suits and all that. If you really pay attention to detail when it comes to this album, you can spend hours and hours looking at it. There's also a lot of conspiracy theories around this record. There's a hand over Paul's head, and supposedly that means he's dead. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that have to do with this record, and that just makes it even more cool, I think. Yeah, it's a really great album, really fantastic artwork. So I had to put this at number 1. It is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. Alright, that concludes this episode of Jack's Tracks. Tell me what your favorite records are with great artwork in the comments below. I would love to see what you think. Again, thanks so much for watching.